Oh, I got the Dutchman. What the?
You find yourself in cold, suffocating darkness. There is a familiar weight in your hand. A wave of blistering heat hits you. Then a sea salt wind. Divine voices boom and screech.
Lay your blame elsewhere, Wodica. I won't suffer your arguments any longer.
Mogren looms large before Wodica screws her mouth into a sneer.
You fool! If only we had attacked him when I first proposed it.
Accusations drip bitter as bile from...
Силки такleri.
You would dare interrupt me?
Wodica extends a hand, looking for a moment like she intends to swat you from the platform. The pallid knight looks down at you, a frown etched deep in her otherwise statue.
The Watchers return. Perhaps we should hear what she has to say.
He Wal's many eyes alight on each god in turn.
We make little enough progress on our own. Not for lack of trying.
Feathers rise along the crest of Healy.
We try, but agreement eludes us.
Is there nothing we can do?
Mogren glances at the pallid knight from the corner of her eye.
The time has come for us to seize the power we have long left on.
Andra nods, her lure bobbing bright.
Terrible though it would be, perhaps you are right.
I did, and I was scolded like a child for my terrible audacity.
A curl of...
Should we be killed in our god forms, we can possess you, our godlike children. Or should we face a force too powerful to stand against, we can absorb your souls, granting us additional strength. You, Elia's wayward daughter, Andra's precious son, and thousands of others. Yes, we would all die.
The pallid...
But the time for that plan has long passed us by.
Are we to keep nothing for ourselves? Not a single secret retained? Not a solitary...
Mogren elbows one of Wal's floating eyes away.
Eothas will lay bare our every secret soon enough. What is one or two revealed? But we get ahead of ourselves. First, the Watcher must get to Kaizo, and that will be a trial all its own.
Mogren smiles.
You might change...
The Guardian of Ukaizo has stood watch over that place for millennia. It will not stand as...
Helia, who had been lost in quiet, anxious conversation with...
Of course. Our progenitors crafted it.
A pair of Helia's finches come to join Wal's floating eye. They hover.
And the Watcher will be forced to reckon with it if she wishes to confront Eothas.
The birds at last linger too long, and Mogren slaps them away. They burst into a cloud of...
Ah, there is that heady mix of kith ferocity and hubris.
Go prepared, Watcher. The Guardian will not stand aside, not even for the Herald of Bareth.
It is not one of Galawain's mindless beasts. It has a heart and a mind, and it will throw neither away to oppose... And Eothas will not fight the creature. It would prove little more than a distraction for him, especially as my tsunami and Mogren's volcano couldn't stop him. It is its own creature, Watcher.
There is another topic we have yet to address.
The pallid knight holds up one gauntlet...
What do you think of Eothas' scheme to destroy the wheel?
Perhaps you misunderstand. This is not a test you will overcome on your own. Does that not frighten you? You, Kith, who are most vulnerable.
Eothas loves the mortals more than any of us. He has always been their greatest champ. He believes Kith will rise to his challenge. I am not so sure, but I look forward to watching them try. He found our blind spot and exploited it admirably. By the time we even had a hint of what it was he intended, it was...
If we still had our bodies, we could oppose him.
Wodica balls her bony hands into fists and glares long.
Do not lay your blame on me. We set them aside after I killed Abaddon, it is true, but you did not fight the decision then.
She turns her back on Wodica then, and look.
What if Eothas is right, and Kith succeed in rebuilding the wheel? What then?
Such hubris. Kith will make a mess of things. You cannot help yourselves.
And what if they fail?
Then they die.
We have to help them.
Wodica drives her fist into her hand.
Help them? We should finally bring them to heel.
The Pallid Knight raises a hand and stares.
Watcher, Eothas yet values your counsel.
The Pallid Knight's eyes bore into yours.
An impassioned plea from the Hound of Eothas may still temper his actions. Confront him at Ukaizo. Only your life.
A faint smile.
Time moves swiftly away from us now.
The Pallid Knight.
Go, Watcher. Do what you must.
The edges of your vision begin to dim, like a sun setting, twilight in.
You will not.
The Pallid Knight conjures a blinding white light in her palm that swiftly grows to engulf the room. Then you come to flat on your back.
A moment of your time, Watcher, if you will. Some of the hands discovered an unusual crate in the ship's hold. It is roughly a yard to a side and labeled beans. The hands who noticed it were tasked by the cook to bring up ingredients for the evening's stew. Unfortunately, the ship lacks the defensive fortifications of Cadnua. A crate could have been slipped aboard at any of our ports of call, assuming it wasn't placed among our... It is roughly a yard to a side... The hand left the crate in the hold, if you wish to examine it. As you like.
You can see me? It's really you then, the captain of the Defiance. Me, Muatu, formerly of the island of Kazuwari, presently of the Beyond. Oh, this is fantastic! How satisfying it is to know I come from the island of Kazuwari, and we need your aid. Kazuwari is an island where the most skillful hunters, the most hardened explorers. But Humaire, the island's caretaker, says the essence that sustains the island has sickened. Curdled, she called it. The animals, the trees, they all churn with anger and fear. We need a watcher. No one else can talk to souls, Humaire said. And so, you're a watcher, right? The watcher. The one who died and lived again. Who speaks to the gods. That's the watcher we need. I knew it! I knew Humaire. You will help. Won't you? Oh, that's fantastic. Speak to Humaire at Kazuari, Watcher. She'll be able to better explain the situation than I am. Kazuari's a huge island west of Hasango. It's pretty hard to miss. There's one thing you should know. The faces of the hunt jealously control who enters and... But there's a waterfall on the southern side of the island that will allow you to sneak in, so long as you're circumspect.
Kluczyk kidacz, który kluczy jest
Dobra, что?
I guess you should also know. The island's residents might not take too kindly to your... But I'm sure that won't be a problem for you. Once we've arrived, I can help you find your way into the heart of the island. You know, if you... In the meantime, I'll be here. Well, behind you, really, with the rest of the spirits following you around.
I shall make it so.